right, well, June is Youth Month, and today in Soweto, the government agency tasked with youth matters, the National Youth Development Agency, will launch the Youth Month program. Here to tell us more about it is the spokesperson for the agency, Sia Magadla, who is, of course, as I say, with the National Youth Development Agency. Good to have you, Sia. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Leah, and thank you very much.
All right, you're launching the program with the new Minister of Arts and Culture. What are the plans for today?
As you know that today, in fact this month, we are marking 38 years since the anniversary of June 16, as well as related uprisings that took place in Soweto and other parts of the country. So today we will be launching the Youth Month program, which will be in Hector Peterson Square in Soweto, which will be launched at 9 o'clock. As you've indicated, we are having the Minister in the Presidency, Minister Jeff Radebe, the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Deputy Minister Buti Manamela, as well as Arts and Culture Minister Natim Tetwa, as well as Yeshen Pillay, who is the Executive Chairperson of the National Youth Development Agency.
Sure. So you've got a very high-level delegation, government delegation coming and putting their weight behind this. Is this basically to show how serious government are about the youth?
Indeed. I think it's a demonstration of the fact that government takes youth development very serious. You would be aware that in the early 2000s, government declared the whole month of June to be Youth Month, wherein the spotlight is then on matters that affect young people, wherein government takes stock of the progress that we have made as a country since 1994, in terms of how far we have come in terms of improving the lives of young people.
Yeah. What are the focus of this year's commemorations?
The month is full with a number of activities. For instance, as I've said, that today we are launching the program in Soweto. On the 7th of this month, we will be in Soweto again for a program that we call My History Tour. And the focus of the program really is on young people in school, wherein we take them through the historical sites wherein the major activities of June 16 took place, just to educate them about the history of their country, where we come from, and importantly, where we are going as a country.
Yeah. Just in terms of, just again, I ask you about the particular focus for this year, for the youth. What are the issues you're wanting to help with, to address, to rectify? Because there are so many. I mean, when you look at the youth, there are a host of problems. But what is this year's focus?
I think it's important to note that this year's commemoration takes place within the context of 20 years of democracy.
Yeah.
But importantly, we will be marking 5 years of the existence of the National Youth Development Agency. So we're saying, as much as we must commemorate the strides that were, or the achievements of the generation of 1976, we must be able to highlight to young people issues of skills development, issues of education, the importance of young people participating in the economic activities of the country, which is where institutions like the NYDA, the new ministry that will focus on SMMEs, provincial governments must then come on board to say to young people, these are the opportunities that have been brought in place by the democratic government. Yeah. So the focus is really to highlight the achievements of the past 20 years, but importantly to say to young people, there are opportunities that government has created, and it is very important that you meet government halfway and take charge of the opportunities.
What are your plans for June 16th this year?
June 16 will be organized in Kimberley, so we are working with the government of the Northern Cape province, wherein we're looking at hosting the June 16 rally at Khalishiwe Stadium. But importantly, we've said that over and above having a rally at the stadium, we must be able to have a discussion with young people in terms of the very same pertinent issues that we've just spoken to. But importantly, we've invited all government departments to come and exhibit as part of a parallel program to the rally, wherein they will be showcasing programs, products and services that they have in place for young people to take advantage of.
Yeah, so that's this year. June 16th happening at the Khalishiwe Stadium in Kimberley. I suppose many of the youth coming out in their like an army coming out to these youth celebrations as well, because it is the youth of the country, and I'm happy to see things being taken very seriously on a governmental level, with getting, for instance, the Minister and the Presidency attending. Obviously, with new people in positions, there will be changes when it comes to the youth. And what are you hoping as the National Youth Development Agency? What are you hoping to achieve over this next tenure?
I think it's important to note that a lot of work has been done, both through government as well as its related agencies, like the National Youth Development Agency. We've put in place a number of programs. We'll continue to reinforce on issues of young people accessing education opportunities, which we've put in place a number of programs as the NYDA, like the Solomon Mahlangu Scholarship Fund, the National Senior Certificate Second Chance Program. But also importantly, we will make sure that young people continue to access opportunities when it comes to economic participation. In that respect, you would know, Leanne, that we've launched last year a program called the NYDA Grant Program, which seeks to at least assist young people as a form of an incubator program, which starts from 1,000 Rand to 100,000 to assist them really to either start up their small enterprises or to develop their existing enterprises, to make sure that young people are able to participate in the economic activities of the country. But also important is the issue of skills development, because government has made infrastructure as one of its priority programs, and they've said that 60% of the opportunities that will accrue from that infrastructure program must then benefit young people. So it will only be through skills development programs that young people are able to actively and meaningfully participate in such programs.
The Youth Ministry, still hoping that that'll be a reality one day?
Well, at this stage, it would be a bit premature, but I'm sure the President, having announced a ministry that deals with small and medium enterprises, I don't think in the near future we will foresee a possibility of a ministry. The NYDA remains an agent of government to mainstream issues of youth development across all the departments, all the sectors of society, including the private sector.
All right, let's leave it there for this morning. Sia Magadla, who is from the National Youth Development Agency, talking to us about June being Youth Month, and what's happening in today is that the government agency is going to be launching a Youth Month program with a very, very high level of government ministers that will be in attendance as well. Let's take